Hope you guys have been a blessed week. This week I come out with you with another video, and I've entitled this little message, if you will, about storms. I think we all go through storms, but it's how we respond and how we deal with storms and how we react to storms which makes us stronger in our faith. Today I sit right here in the middle of Coconut Island, and about a year ago we got a warning about a tsunami approaching the islands, and we got the siren 24 hours in advance, and everybody started to hit the panic button and going to KTA and Sack and Save and buying the water and buying the toilet paper, buying the 20 bags of rice, right? Buying Vienna sausage at the Yin Yang, buying Spam, right? Because they thought that it's the end of the world or something. I don't know, really. People start getting crazy when a storm starts to hit. But anyway, and we got, but that was what happens when we get notified of a storm. We panic. We feel like we're gonna die, right? I mean, we feel like this whole place is gonna get wiped out, and we're just gonna die, right? And but today I talk to you from storms, and my encouraging word for you today is that as we go through storms, as we go through trials, that He is with us. That God is with you every step of the way. The encouraging word is that God will help you through your dark places. That God will help you through the valleys. As you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that God is with you. As you walk through these tough times, as you walk through the rough stuff, that God is with you. That He will get you out of these storms. That He will get you to the other side. So today I speak to you from Mark chapter 4, 35. And I'm just going to read the scriptures. It says this: on the same day when evening had come, He said to them, His disciples, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now when they had left the multitudes, they took Him along in the boat as He was, and the other little boats were also with Him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat so that it was already filling. But He was in the stern. Jesus was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke Him and said to Him, "Teacher, do you not care? Do you not care that we are perishing? Do you not care that we're going to die?" Then He arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And He said to them, disciples, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" And they feared exceedingly and said to one another, "Who can this be, that even the wind and the seas obey Him?" Chapter 5, Mark chapter 5, verse 1, it says this: and then they made it to the other side. Jesus' promises is always true. He will get you to the other side. Sometimes the other side doesn't really look visible when you're going through a storm, when you're going through a rough time. Hey, it's easy to trust God when times are going good, but when it's rough, when it sucks, honestly, when it sucks, when it's tough, when it looks really dark around you, it's hard to trust God. It's hard to trust in Jesus. When you feel like your life is just going to shatters, when you feel like your life is just going, everything is going wrong, it's hard to trust in Jesus. Hey, it's easy to say, "Yeah, I trust in the Lord," when things are going great. But when things are going out wrong, when the bottom feels like it's falling out, it's hard to trust in Jesus. But my words are this, is that even in those tough times, trust in the Lord. James says it best in chapter 1, that as we go through trials and tribulation, it's in those times that our faith is strengthened. See, Jesus looks at the disciples, right? They see these waves, right? These guys are fishermen. They saw storms before, but they never saw one like this before. And they looked at Jesus and said, "Jesus, we're going to die." And Jesus' response to them was what? "Have you had no faith?" See, they knew who He was. They saw the miracles. They saw the impossible that He did. But they forgot what He's capable of. Jesus is in your boat, folks. He is in your boat. He is with you. He is not forsaken you. He will get you to the other side. He will get you through that storm. That there is always a way out, but it's not on us. We cannot depend on the flesh. We cannot depend on this world for a way out. We have to depend on Him. Because if we do it ourselves, what if the disciples said, you know what, that's all right, let Jesus sleep, we'll conquer the storms ourselves. You think they could conquer that storm? No. And I think that's what we do with our lives is a problem approaches, a storm approaches in our life, and we say, I got this. And what ends up being a small storm becomes a big storm. What ends up becoming a tropical depression becomes a hurricane. Because we try to handle it ourselves. And Jesus said, have you had no faith? That if we trust in the Lord, if we trust in Jesus, and we do it His way, that He will get you to the other side, the promised land, to where He wants you to be. You know, I remember in 10th grade, and I got this call from my brother who was in Oahu, and we received a phone call saying that he told us that he was just diagnosed with leukemia, right? And sometimes the words alone just hampers us, just cuts our sails down, just overtakes us. That all of a sudden we feel like our boat is sinking. That the only way out is just down. That there is no such thing as up. It's down. It's just gonna get worse. And in those darkest hours, I cried to the Lord, Lord, heal him. And then 6 months later, his body deteriorated and he passed away. And it's in those times, in those dark moments that I cried to the Lord and said, do you not even care? And you know what God's response to my life was? It says, I do care. Do you have no faith? And I said, yes, I do have faith. So just trust in me, Gavin. God told me in those times when my brother passed away to trust in Him. And God spoke that your brother is healed. He is in a better place. He is in heaven where there is no sickness, no hurt, no pain. He is healed. And I said, yes. And I got that peace over me and the comfort over me. And I said, today, Lord, I trust in you, even in my darkest hours, even in my tough times, even in my trials and my tribulation, even while I'm getting afflicted by people. I need to trust in Him. Even when I feel everybody around me is against me. Even when I try to start something, I feel even the people that I thought got my back didn't have my back. They turned against me. But in those times, that I need to trust in Him, because He will get me through. He will get me through those darkest hours. He will get me through the tough times. He has a better life. Not man, not the world. He has the better life. He is life, not the world. He is life. He knows what's the best for you. Not people, not man, not the world. He. So even in those tough times, even in those trials, trust in Him. Be encouraged. Don't let go of Jesus. Focus your eyes on Him. Dive in your word, prayer, fasting, and continue to just fill yourself with Him. And let the Holy Spirit guide your life and not this world. Be encouraged. God bless you. And if you need prayer, if you need encouragement, by all means, email me, talk to me, whatever it is. I'm willing to stand in the gap and intercede and pray for you, whatever you're going through. I'm here for you. I am not against you. I want to partner up with you and help you get you through your tough times. Be encouraged. God bless you and take care.